Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle, and I am back with another truth bomb message for you guys. I know how much you guys love these, and so I've decided to extend it a little bit and to make it a little more in depth. And the way I did that is I shuffled the cards beforehand, and we had 3 of the truth bomb message cards pop out for each group, group 1, 2, and 3. But to make it a little more fun, I also pulled an oracle card from the Work Your Light deck. I don't know if you can see that. And everyone has an oracle card too that just has just a little kind of like message for you that's going to help you evolve and help you grow and help you release the things that you need to release. Okay, so the way these truth bomb messages work, if you've never had one before, is you pick a card stack. So this is group number 1, this is group number 2, and this is group number 3. Whichever stack is appealing to you or resonating with you, or you just light the crystal, whatever you feel matches you, you pick that stack, and we will read the truth bomb messages first. And those are just little truth bomb quotes that I will read, and I will try to give you a message and elaborate on it. But if you have a different message that resonates with you and goes better with your situation, I always ask that you take your own interpretation of the card and apply it to your life, because you know you better than I do. So I'm going to give you a second to meditate on the cards and see which group is good for you. This is group number 1, and this is a citrine crystal. Group number 2, this is ruby fuchsite. And group number 3, this is rainbow fluorite. So whichever card stack appeals to you based on the your feeling within inside, or based on the crystal, whatever, however you want to choose it, that's going to be your stack. So I'll give you a moment to do that. Okay, so now that you guys have had a chance to meditate on the cards and pick your stack, let's do group number 1. All right, group number 1, let's see what your cards say. Joy is the most magnetic force in the universe, and it is. If you can radiate a vibrational frequency of joy out into the universe, people will be drawn to you. And not only that, more things for you to be joyous about will come into your reality. You will attract good things into your life if you're putting out joy. And I'm not talking about a fake joy. I'm talking about a real, genuine joy within your heart. A true happiness that comes from within and that is not stimulated from outside sources, but is created from within. A true source of joy that you just put out into the universe, and it's just going to, people are attracted to people that have a joyous spirit or joyous countenance. And not only that, when you are in a high vibe, happy state, things just work out for you. And this happens to me all the time. I try my best to stay in a high vibe state. To give you an example is things will just start going your way always. When I'm in a high vibe, joyous state, life seems to be easier. Things flow to me. I don't have to work as hard. Things work out that probably shouldn't work out. Like, I have a favorite restaurant at the street at this gas station. They have, it's called Potts. They have these chicken fingers and the best honey mustard that I have ever tasted in my life. Okay. And I was told that they were out of honey mustard before I went up there, but I wanted the chicken so bad because it tastes so good. And I was like, okay, I'll just settle for the sweet and sour. So I got up there and I placed my order. And I was just talking to the lady who was preparing my meal, and I was telling her, I was like, yeah, I guess I'm going to get the sweet and sour sauce because I heard y'all were out of honey mustard. She's like, yes, we're out of honey mustard. And as soon as I said that, the guy that does their deliveries was walking behind me with boxes, and he said, well, you're not out now. Do you want me to get you some? And I was like, yes. So you see, things like that work out when you are projecting a joyous spirit or a joyous countenance, or you're just high vibe. And, you know, it seems like things always work out for me when I'm in a better mood or have a great attitude rather than when I'm down in the dumps. So get you some joy in your heart. It's magnetic. You'll attract good experiences in your life. The next one is suspend your preferences. They may be getting in the way. Okay, suspend your preferences. So there are some times where we prefer things to be a certain way. Maybe you're thinking about your future and you want your future to work out in a linear way. Like, first this is going to happen, and then this is going to happen, and then this is going to happen in order for this to come to fruition and become a reality in my life. And what I think this card is saying is you need to kind of suspend how you think you're going to get what you want in life. You need to kind of like let the preferences go and be more open to life being in a less linear way of being. It can kind of like, sometimes you have to, go up here and go over here, and then you go over here, and then finally this thing comes into your reality, okay? So sometimes what we want in life may not come in the way that we thought it would come into our reality. And so we don't want to be too rigid when it comes to trying to reach our goals or trying to create the dream life that we want to have, or the relationships we want to have. It's you may have just be a little more flexible in your vision of how you're going to get there. A lot of times in my life, I would have this plan, and while most of the time it would, when I would go to start taking action to get to the place I wanted to be, the plan would go pretty much to plan. But yeah, there was some times where I had to go over here a little bit. I had to dodge over here a little bit. And so just be a little more flexible. And I've had to drop my preferences of what I thought I wanted. And universe gave me like 10 times better than what I thought. So yeah, drop your preferences because they may be blocking you from getting what you want in life. So kind of let some of those preferences go. Don't be so picky. Be a little more open, and they'll come to you a lot quicker. Okay, all art involves risk. So you person who gets this card is you're a creator. You are creating something, whether you are making YouTube videos, maybe you're a writer, maybe you're an artist and you like to paint, maybe you like to create robots. I don't know why that came in, but robots, I don't know why I thought of that. Or maybe you just like to create things, build things, but you're afraid to put it out into the world because you're afraid of being judged, or you're afraid that you may lose respect from people, or you may expose too much of yourself, something like that. This could be even a speaker, somebody who speaks in front of people. But all art involves some sort of risk. And so what you're doing is you're risking showing people who you are, and you're risking some people not buying your stuff and not getting your stuff. I've experienced this. I just keep putting this art out. This is considered art to me, and I put it out, and I really don't care if people like it, but if they do, awesome. I would hope that it resonates with people, but to me, it's fun, and I know it's a risk when I put it out that I may offend some people, or some people may not agree with that, but I'm not scared of that, and you shouldn't be scared either. And, a lot of people are afraid to put their art out into the world because they're afraid of failure, or they're afraid somebody's going to say it's ugly, or it's dumb, or what the heck are they talking about. But, you just got to be able to take that risk and not be scared of failure, because failure is no big deal anyway, because every time I failed at anything in life, I've always learned what I needed to learn. And the lessons I learned from the failure, I've always been able to use in a future project, future way of living, anything. So don't be scared to put your art out into the world. A lot of times we are so afraid of what others are going to think. And a lot of times you just got to think, what kind of art are these people putting out into the world? And if they're not putting out any art, then you really shouldn't care about what their opinion is. So that's what I have for that one. So put your art out into the world and just go ahead and take the risk. You'll thank me for it. Okay, and for your oracle card, this is new. Oh, wow, this goes along with this art. So you're a creative person, and you've been wanting to put your art out into the world, but you've kind of been dimming yourself. This says, don't dim to fit in. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see. It's got a lady standing here in a robe. She's got her hands over her eyes. She's kind of dimming herself. And it says, how are you dimming your light in order to fit in? So if you've got some sort of art you're trying to put into the world, like myself, and don't care about fitting in, don't care if no one else is doing it, don't care about other people's opinions, don't dim your light down. Shine like a superstar. Shine like a bright light. And don't be afraid to let other people see your art and see what you do, and be vulnerable and be open and show people that you're not scared not to fit in. It's perfectly fine for you to be genuine and to make art that resonates from within and it comes out of you and it's a piece of you, and that's why it feels so vulnerable. But don't dim. So, you don't have to like make yourself smaller. You can put your art out, whatever it is that you're trying to do. Maybe you're trying to fit into a certain group, but never dim your light and never change who you are in order to get the approval of other people or to fit into a group, because that's not going to work out. That's not a genuine, authentic connection. If you've got to dim yourself down and kind of like hide parts of yourself, then those aren't the people for you. That's not the relationship for you. That's not your customer. Anything like that. That's not for you. Anything that's for you, you're not going to have to feel fake around. You're not going to have to feel like you have to make yourself smaller. You're going to be the people you need to be around. You're going to feel open. You're going to feel calm and connected with them. And your customers, they're going to be a match. You're not going to feel like there's a struggle, like they don't want to pay a certain amount of money. They see your value. They know you're worth it. Things like that. So you don't have to dim to fit in. So that's all I have for you guys for group 1. I hope you enjoyed that. If you like this reading, go ahead and give me a like, or you can share it out and consider subscribing. And I will see you guys next time. Okay, now it's time for group number 2. All right, let's see what cards you got today, group number 2. All right, the first one is you'll do it when you're ready. So there is something that you've been wanting to do, whether it's start a new relationship or a friendship with someone, or start a project, or to start working on your goals. There's something that you really want to do, but you're not quite ready. But you know what? You're going to be ready soon. And when you are ready, that's when you're going to do it. And you don't have to be pressured by outside people being aggressive. You can, tell people, you know what, I know I need to do that, and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do it when I feel ready. But I will say something about feeling ready. Sometimes you're never going to feel ready, from my experience. Now, a way to tell if you're ready is you start getting lit up inside and you start getting inspired. That's a good way to follow when you need to do it. But you have to be careful, because sometimes fear will come in and try to block you. Fearful thoughts of what could happen or what could go wrong will block you. So make sure that you are not following the fear, but you're following what's lighting you up and the inspiration and love, things like that. But yeah, you'll do it when you're ready, and only when you're ready will you do it. But don't let the fear hold you back, okay? Because sometimes you're never going to be ready, and you just have to jump in and you just have to start doing it and see what happens, because action creates clarity. And usually when you start rolling, you start to gain momentum, and then things start working out. So go ahead and make a move, and just don't feel pressured by other people, but really pay attention to your insides and follow those. Okay. Your second card is inner attunement over outer attainment. Okay. So whenever I see this card, I think about outer attainment. When I think of outer attainment, things that we want to attain that are in our outer reality, that is nice cars, nice houses, nice clothes, the perfect job, a boat, things like that. Things that impress people, things that make us feel good, and things that boost up our ego, I think of as outer attainment. So instead of focusing on all of this outer attainment, because a lot of times we will put our happiness on things outside of us. Oh, I'll be happy when I get the big house. I'll be happy when I get the fancy car. I'll be happy when I make lots of money. I'll be happy when I finally get my boat and I can go on the lake. But you have to understand that these things are temporary. These outer attainment things are temporary. And you want to focus on inner attunement. And what that means is you want to focus on aligning with the thing that you want in life. And if you want happiness, then you're going to have to do things that align with happiness. Give me 1 second. My MacBook is trying to turn off. I'll be right back. So you want to focus on inner attunement. You want to align your inner reality in order to attract those things in your outer reality. Not necessarily attuning, making yourself happy from within or joys from within in order to get these fancy things in life. Because the fancy things are great and all, but honestly, they're not going to give you true happiness and fulfillment in things in life, okay? What's going to give you true fulfillment in life is happiness that you generate from within, and we do this by doing things that make us happy, by making decisions that align with the feeling of happiness, with what we're trying to achieve. Maybe you want abundance, well, you've got to align your actions with abundance. And if you are not feeling abundant within you, and you're feeling scarcity, and you're feeling broke, and you're feeling lack, then you're not going to attract anything of abundance into your life. So you want to make sure that your inner reality, that is your way of being, your way of feeling, is matching what you want to call into your reality. Okay, so if you want love, you're going to have to, put out a vibrational frequency of love. You're going to have love within you already. We do that by loving ourselves. And if we can love ourselves wholly, then we can love other people wholly. But yeah, work on the inner attunement. And you won't have to worry about the outer attainment, because whatever you have going on in here, you're going to have a match for it on the outside. So let's not worry too much on things that boost up our ego, our outer attainment, the things that are the things that impress people and that boost our ego and that we feel we have to have for people that we don't even like and care about. Let's not worry about all those things, and let's not put our happiness in all the outer attainment things. Let's put our focus on our inner self, our inner reality, and that includes our thoughts, our heart, our feelings, our state of being. Let's try to align those parts, because when we align all of those parts within us, all this other stuff comes to us super easy. And if you don't want those big fancy things, you'll get whatever you're aligning with. Okay, so that's what I have for that card. Let's see the next one. What travels faster than the speed of light? Thoughts. We were just talking about this, aligning your thoughts. So thoughts travel super fast in the body to the heart or to the bloodstream. It creates these chemicals that are released into your bloodstream. So the way I like to read this card is watch your thoughts. And my phone is ringing. But watch your thoughts, because let me turn this off. Because these thoughts will create emotions in your body. And these thoughts create, a lot of times they can create your reality, but they can definitely create your state of being. So you want to make sure that you're watching your thoughts and make sure that your thoughts are not creating a negative emotion inside of your body. Because a lot of times these things are fake in here. They're an illusion. They're not even real. So you want to be careful about how they're affecting your state. And if you catch yourself having thoughts that are causing a negative emotion in your body, let's change those thoughts around to more positive thoughts, to thoughts that have a better perspective. Things like that, so you can have a better chemical reaction in your body. It's just science, biology, whatever you want to call it. But chemistry, I don't know. It's chemicals. It's not chemistry. Anyway, so also, what travels faster than the speed of light? Thoughts. So I believe, or I think, that my thoughts will help create my reality. I think if I think the best of a situation, I have found through experiments that usually that situation comes out the way I expected. But also because I'm a realist when I think about these things. I'm not thinking of a very idealistic version of reality that I want to create, but I'm thinking about something that I know I can attain, and then a few steps above that. So I always go a little bit above what I think I can do, and I usually get it. There's not been very many times where I haven't gotten what I want in life, but it's because I'm paying attention to my thoughts, and I'm taking the actions I need to take that align with those thoughts. That's the key. You can think about stuff all day long, but if you don't take the actions that align with those thoughts and what you want in life, you're never going to get it. But it all starts with your thought processes. So pay attention to your thoughts. What are you thinking? Because that's what you're going to be creating. That's what you're attracting to you, and that's what you're putting out. And especially when it comes to your vibe. So pay attention to your thoughts. Okay, and for your oracle card, it says boundaries. There's a lady here, and she's got all these hands trying to grab at her. So this is for some person that has a lot of people trying to get their energy, get their attention, take up all of their time. This is a time for you to set boundaries because you're a really nice person and you are very giving and you're very kind and you don't want to hurt people's feelings. And you could even be a little bit of a people pleaser. You may want to look into that. But a good way to protect your energy, because a lot of times if you don't have good boundaries, you can give and give to people, and then later on you feel drained and you're wiped out and you're exhausted and you wonder why, and it's because you're giving all your power away. You're giving all your energy away to other people. And you do give your power away to people when you do things you don't want to do, when you do things out of obligation and not things from the heart that you actually really want to do. So yes, maybe there's somebody in your life that's being a little more aggressive than you would like, and maybe a person in your life is very needy, and you want to set a few boundaries around that, and let them know that you can't do while you love them. You're not able to be who they need you to be right now. So yeah, set some boundaries around your time. Set some boundaries around your energy. Set some boundaries around your schedule so that you have time to rest and rejuvenate. Maybe you're a little bit of an introvert and you get your energy from being alone. I'm like that. I have to have a certain time alone in order to regenerate and replenish my energy. Maybe you're like that. You could be an extrovert and you get your energy from being around people. But I don't know that this is particularly for an introvert or an extrovert, but I do know that this person has a lot of people grabbing at them and has a lot of people that are trying to get into their reality. And so you want to set a few boundaries with people and only let in the people that resonate with you in your heart, only let in the projects that go along with your inner being, and only allow the things into your life that light you up and that you can see there's going to be growth with. But yeah, you just need to rest and relax and set your boundaries a little bit. So that's all I have for you guys for group 2. I hope you enjoyed that. If you do, please consider liking or subscribing to the channel. It's greatly appreciative. It's going to help the channel, and thank you so much. Okay, group number 3. Let's see what your cards say. You're on the verge of a miracle. So I don't know what's going on in your life. Maybe you're in a hard place. Maybe you're stuck. Maybe you're hoping for a miracle. And this card is saying that you're on the verge of a miracle. Maybe you're trying to start a business and you don't have any clients or you don't have any customers. You're almost there. Just hang in there. It's coming. And what are miracles? They're things that miraculously happen. They're things that you don't even see coming. They're out of the blue, and they almost seem like magic. Really, honestly, they seem like something that is not attainable in this reality. Like some other outside source would have to make this happen. But you're on the verge of it. It's coming. All you have to do is stay the course, stick to it. Maybe it's healing. It could be healing. It can be anything like that. But yeah, I would say this is a very positive card because miracles are magical, honestly, and they're awesome. All right, let's see the next one. Ooh, gentle. If you're on the verge of a miracle, be gentle. Be gentle with yourself first and foremost. But I'm also getting that maybe this could be a card for someone that is being a little too harsh with someone. Maybe you're being a little too fierce and not flexible enough. Maybe you are not... Maybe you're just to the point and you need to be a little more gentle with how you're handling the situation or your words. Maybe you need to pick better words or better ways to communicate and be a little more gentle instead of so bold and out there and matter of fact. I have to do this all the time because I'm super authentic and I'm super genuine, and sometimes I don't realize that I'm not being gentle with my words. So I have to be careful with this as well. But also be gentle with yourself, especially if you make mistakes. Don't be so hard on yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Yeah, and just be gentle with others around you. That's what I'm getting with that card. Okay, the next one. Listen closely to everyone. I really think these go together. So this may be listening to other people. Everybody is trying to tell you something. People will say things, and you have to learn how to read in between the lines, okay? Sometimes people are going through things, and they can act out, and you have to be able to read below the surface of what is going on in a person's life. So be careful and listen very carefully to what people are saying. Pay close attention to their words. Pay close attention to those empty spaces in between the words, and especially pay close attention to the things that they do not say, and the words that they do omit, and the portions that they don't tell you about. And, be gentle with them. Kind of coax it out of them a little bit. Just kind of say, hey, are you doing okay? I noticed you said this, and it made me think that maybe you needed to talk about that. Would you like to talk about it? And don't be judgmental about it. Yeah, be gentle with them. Don't judge them. Be careful because everybody's going through a hard time right now. That I know of anyway. There's a lot of people that are going through tough times, and you never know what's going on in someone's mind. So just listen closely and pay attention. A lot of times we can go through life and we cannot pay attention to what somebody is screaming, and a lot of times it's their behavior that you have to listen to. It's if a child is acting out, it's usually because there's something going on beneath the surface, and you kind of need to be gentle and kind of like get that out of them and see if you can help them mediate the situation or help them work through something. And a lot of times all people need is someone to actually listen. They just need to vent and say their piece and say all the ugly things they need to say about life. And you don't have to do anything. You don't even have to help them. All you have to do is just be there and be a listening ear. But do this to everyone in your life. I feel like that there's somebody that you need to listen to, and even if it's not to help them, maybe it's something that's going to help you. You need to pay attention to the spaces in between the lines and what people aren't saying, but also the words that they're using. A lot of times I will always listen to the words they use. I'm a big vocabulary buff, and if you use a certain word, I know exactly what you mean. So pay attention to the words that they're using. Don't kind of give it your own interpretation. If you have to Google the words they're using, Google them. It's very enlightening. I love doing that. Okay, and for your oracle card, you have Break the Chain. All right, so it's got a woman, and she is on a cliff, and she's going into... Oh no! Okay, evidently she's coming out of the cave. She's looking back at her old ways of being, because it says break ancestral patterns, healing, and rewriting the future. Oh my gosh, y'all. You're on the verge of a miracle. I feel like this is about healing, whether it's in healing ancestral patterns, old ways of being. And when I say ancestral patterns, I'm talking about like family patterns that keep going on generation after generation. Maybe you're the one that's going to break those generational patterns, those old ways of being that your mom or your dad did, and then you see it in your life and you don't want to do that with your children. Or maybe it's in relationships, of how you've seen relationships be, or how you've seen careers play out. Whatever it is, you're going to be the one to break the chain, and you're on the verge of a miracle. This one's a little awesome right here, but healing is on the way, and guess what? You can rewrite the future. You do not have to keep living the same life over and over again. Once you can see a pattern, you can break that pattern. You can say, I'm not getting on that train because I know where that train ends. I've been on that train multiple times and I know where that destination goes to. I've been there. And you want to hop on the other train. You want to go to a new place, a higher vibe place, a place that is not going to end in the ways that it's been ending in past circumstances. And the way you do that is to break ancestral patterns and to rewrite your future and to heal, you have to make different choices. You have to choose differently than the way your family has chose before. You have to let go of beliefs sometimes. Sometimes you have to let go of ways of being and traditional ways of being that you have been taught by society or parents. Whatever this is, break the chain. You can be the one that breaks the cycle. I know you probably have heard this before, that things can go on. Even in your own life, you can start seeing cycles of where you keep repeating things and you're not learning the lesson and you're not learning the lesson. And then you get this chance where you can break free from the cycle. And if you do get this chance, make a different choice. Make a higher vibe choice that's going to lead to a higher vibe track so you can make the shift from this low vibe reality up into this higher vibe, your highest reality possible, where you are definitely healing, breaking patterns, and rewriting your future. Wow, group number 3, this is awesome. Good luck, guys. This is a heavy one, but good luck, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. I do these at least once a month. They're fun. I like them. A lot of people tell me that they get a lot out of them. They match what they're going through, so I think that's pretty cool. But that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.